I can't believe how easy this drone is. This is the BETAFPV Pavo Pico II, an ultimate compact cinewhoop that perfectly suited for beginners and first timers getting into FPV. BETAFPV made some really smart decisions with this drone, and now I can see why so many people highly recommend this. And the reason it feels so easy isn't what you would expect. FPV can feel overwhelming at the start. Soldering, wiring, firmware, tuning, it's usually a lot before you even get airborne. The Pavo Pico II takes a very different approach. It's designed to be simple, modular, and as plug and play as FPV realistically gets. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the design, the setup, the flight experience, and who I think this drone actually makes sense for. But before we get into all of that, let's check out how it flies.
Welcome home, sir. Congratulations on the opening ceremony. It was such a success. Just want to say a quick thanks to BETAFPV for sending me over the Pavo Pico II so I can give my honest review. If you're interested in picking one up, I've left affiliate links in the description box down below. I do receive a small commission from them, but at no extra cost to you, and it helps support the channel, so it's much appreciated. This is genuinely one of the easiest FPV drones I've ever set up. BETAFPV even have a YouTube tutorial if you still find it intimidating, but honestly, it's not that hard. I installed the 04 Pro on my Pico II because it offers the best image quality, which I'll talk about more later in this video. I do want to try the 04 Lite wide kit later on, but that'll be for a follow-up once I order one. To save a bit of weight, I swapped the stock antennas for the included pigtails. It's very easy to do, just be careful when removing and securing them. The air unit literally slides into the canopy clips, so no screws are required. You then use a pair of tweezers to fit 4 rubber grommets into the base plate, add 4 screws, plug in the 04 cable and tighten everything down, and that's it. The only software step is plugging into Betaflight to configure your radio or change any OSD elements if you want. And while I was setting up my Pico II, there was a few design choices that really stood out. This really is an ultra compact cinewhoop, and it's clearly designed around the DJI 04 system. BETAFPV offer both 04 Pro and 04 Lite canopies, which is great. You've got a carbon fiber plate combined with an injection molded ducted frame. The canopy is mounted using 4 shock absorbing balls, which helps reduce vibrations and keeps footage smooth. It also has a hot swappable canopy, which is shared across other drones in BETAFPV's lineup, like the Pavo 20 Pro. Review coming soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell. For those interested in specs, it's running a F4 20 amp all-in-one flight controller, Lava 1102 motors at 14,000 kV, is using GF 45mm 3-blade props. It comes in either ELRS or DJI receiver options. It uses an XT30 battery connector, and to connect to Betaflight, you need to use this 4-pin USB-C adapter. The weight comes in at 39.1 grams dry and 71.1 grams with the 04 Pro installed. There's a fixed battery tray, which works well for specific packs, but if it's something to be aware of,
if you're using different battery types. Now, BETAFPV sent me the PMP version of the Pico 2, which means there's no VTX with this drone, so let's check out what you get in that box. You get the Pavo Pico 2 itself, along with a complete 04 mounting system that supports both 04 Lite and 04 Pro, which is great to see. There's a full set of spare GF 45mm props, plus a Phillips screwdriver and hex wrench, so you don't actually need any extra tools to work on this drone. You also get multiple shock absorbing balls for both 04 mounting options and a good selection of screws. Now, I'm not a fan of these, but BETAFPV includes a USB-C adapter and a cable so you can plug into Betaflight. And there's also two 5.8 GHz pigtail antennas with a rubber mounting adapter ready for when you install the 04 Pro. There are no stickers or a branded keychain, which would have been a nice touch, but that's not a deal breaker. Overall, it's a small, well thought out kit, and it includes nearly everything that you need. It would have been nice to include a pair of tweezers for those rubber grommets. But what matters more than what's in the box is how easy this thing is to fix. When taking a closer look during the setup, I noticed the motors are completely plug and play. No soldering required. If soldering scares you or you just don't want the hassle, this is a great option. If you break a motor, you unplug it and replace it. That's exactly how FPV should feel at the start for beginners. Replacement parts are also affordable and easy to get from BETAFPV. And the ducts add extra protection, so you're less likely to destroy the props even when you crash. That modular design really shows when you look at the video system options. Now, the Pavo Pico 2 supports both 04 Pro and 04 Lite. Now, I tested mine with 04 Pro because that's what I had available. However, I would recommend to pick up Flywoo's 04 Lite wide kit version, as I think this will be better suited for this drone. The BETAFPV does sell an 04 Lite version ready to go, but I think Flywoo's kit makes more sense. The nice thing is you can technically own both 04 Pro and Lite version since you get both canopies. It's only 4 screws and a cable. 04 Pro gives you 10-bit D-Log-M, up to 4K 120 and 155-degree field of view, and 4GB onboard storage. Flywoo's 04 Lite wide kit gives you a wide field of view, but no D-Log-M, no SD card, but you get internal storage of 24GB, which is plenty for the flight times you get from this drone, and significantly less weight. For beginners, the cheaper option makes a lot of sense, and realistically, how far are you flying this thing anyway? I mean, look how small it is. If you've made it this far into the video, then I'd appreciate if you can give it a like. Actually, no, don't do that. I prefer that you actually smash that like button, because that way it tells me that you enjoy content like this, and then it will tell YouTube and it will share it to more people, etc, etc. And if this is your first time here and you like drones and you like photography, then why not hit the subscribe button and the notification bell? And that way you won't miss out on all the drones that are potentially coming up. And there's still some more in the pipeline that I have to get through. And while you're at it, actually, you would also let me know in the comments, like, what do you enjoy most about these videos? What is it you like about drones? Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So this is a 2S drone, and recommended batteries are around 450 to 580 milliamp hours. I'm using the Lava 550 milliamp hour lithium high voltage packs, and they perfectly fit within the battery tray. And if you already own other 2S batteries, you may need to modify the tray and use a strap. Personally, I would have preferred just a strap, by default, just for flexibility. What I'll do is I'll put on screen now the different weights and configuration that I got with the Pico 2. And this drone, as you can see, comfortably sits well under 250 grams, closer to the 100 gram mark all in. I mean, just look at it, it's tiny. You could run bigger packs, but the extra weight gives it diminishing returns and translates directly into how it feels in the air. BETAFPV have a good reputation, and I can see why now everyone highly recommends this drone, because it flies really smooth. It's great for park flying, close quarters practice, and even building your confidence. Indoors, it feels safe and manageable.
And outdoors is fine in calmer conditions, but any amount of wind will push it around and you start to see it bobbing up and down, but that is expected. I mean, look at the size of this little thing. It's quiet, but it has a high pitch, which is normal for small drones of this size. Until you send it further away, then it becomes a lot quieter. So you're not gonna bother too many people. Having a drone of this size just makes much more sense and more comfortable to fly around people, indoors and in public spaces where you don't want to be intrusive. So with all that in mind, who is this drone for?
That was not a good landing.
So this drone makes a lot of sense if you're new to FPV and you want something simple to fly that doesn't break the bank and it's easy to maintain. Now the PMP versions comes in at $105 US, or if you want the 04 Lite version, it's $225 US, which is really good. It's perfect if you want a bit of DIY without soldering. And the only real learning curve is setting up your radio in Betaflight. And there are plenty of tutorials online, and Joshua Bardwell's a great source. I'll leave a link down below and feel free to drop any questions in the comments. It's also great for building your flying hours, working on precision, and flying in tighter spaces. And if you're chasing power, freestyle, or windy outdoor performance, then this isn't the drone for that. Which brings me to my overall thoughts on the Pavo Pico II. The Pavo Pico II isn't trying to be everything, it's trying to make FPV easier, and it does that really well. For beginners and first timers, this is genuinely one of the smartest FPV designs I have seen. What I really like about the Pico II is how accessible it is. No soldering, minimal tools, smart modular design, hot swappable canopy, and it's affordable, easy to work on, and genuinely beginner friendly. There are a couple of things I'm not a fan of, such as the USB adapter. That feels unnecessary. I just wish they would have used a proper USB port directly on the board, since adapters are easy to break. And while the battery slot works well for the lava batteries, I still prefer just straps for flexibility. So this is something I'd probably modify first, using a rotary tool. That said, these are minor points, and if you're a beginner, I still highly recommend this drone. Now, if you already fly FPV, I've had a lot of comments comparing the Pavo Pico II to GEPRC's Darkstar 16. So if you would like to see a comparison for that, just let me know in the comment section down below. If you want more behind the scenes content on this channel, creator tips and more, then subscribe to my free weekly newsletter called Weekly Focus. While you're here, why don't you check out GEPRC's brand new Cinebot 25 V2 here, or if the weather's bad, then why don't you check out some FPV simulators here. I'll see you in the next one.